Hello, thanks for joining me again today. My name is Dawn and I'm the Ginger Cat Stitcher. And today I wanted to show you how to make a wool covered tote bag. So it's very easy. Essentially, we're just going to be recovering an existing tote bag. So let me back up here so you can see. So the tote bag that I used is a great size. It holds a lot of things. And I made some pockets for the sides and some applique on the front. And so we're basically just recovering an existing tote bag. So join me today and I'll show you how you can make one of these tote bags too. If you'd like to purchase a pattern that has all of the measurements and the templates for the wool applique, I do have that in my Etsy shop and I'll link that down below. But if not, this tutorial is enough to help you to make your own tote bag. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, Finley, time to get to work. Move on out of the way. So this is the tote bag we'll be making. And here's the tote bag. I got it from Hobby Lobby. It was $3.99, but you can use any tote bag that you would like. And you're going to need some craft paper or butcher paper to spread out and trace the tote bag to make your patterns. And Finley is just determined that he is going to help. And he's not a help. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Got rid of the cat. So now we're going to lay the brown paper out and just going to use a pen and trace around the tote bag and cut that out. Make sure that you leave a good inch above the edge of your tote bag so that you have room to fold the fabric under. So that was the fabric that I chose for one side. This side was close, but I had enough. So this is the fabric that I chose for the other side. And then you're going to need a piece of fabric or multiple pieces of fabric to do the gusset part if your bag has a gusset. So this one does. So you're going to need to select some fabrics for that gusset piece. And then you're going to measure the height and then across the bottom and then up the next side so that you get your measurement. Now you can do this all in one big long piece, or you could do two pieces cut in half and sew together like I'm going to do so that you have two different ones. And then you need some wool for the handle, and you're going to measure the length of your handle and leave a little bit extra so that we can tuck it down. And then you also want to measure the width of your handle and then cut your wool so that you have enough to wrap around it. So I'll go ahead and get all my fabric pieces cut out and then I'll come right back. Okay, so all my pieces are cut out and I've given them a good press so they're wrinkle free. So much easier to sew with them when they're not so wrinkly. And then we're going to go ahead and get started, and we're going to start by stitching the handles. So to do the handle, we measured the length of the handle and then added a couple inches to that measurement. So you're going to put your piece of wool under here like this, and you're going to center your bag handle on the wool. Let me get down just a little bit more. Now we are going to do two little snips about right there and right there. That's so that we can put the handle down in there and give some overlap so that when we go ahead and put our bag side on it, so this will be over, this will be over, and this is hanging down a bit so that when we put our bag on, those ends will be tucked in there nice and neat, and we'll have a nice join right there with no edges showing. So now we're going to flip this over, and we don't want to leave it like this because we don't want our seam on the outside. So we're going to go ahead and flip it over and make sure to push this all the way down. Okay, so I have sewed my handle covering on the inside of the handle. Zoom out a bit. So this is the outside, this is the top side of the handle, and I've sewed it to the inside here. Now I'm going to bring this over like this. And if you want, you can turn this edge under, give it a nice finished look there. And as you can see, my helper is back. So I've finished sewing the wool covering on the handles, and then I've attached the two long skinny pieces of wool. And now I want to sew those to the covers. So I'm going to fold the side in half to locate the center. And then I'm going to take that center seam for this piece and make sure that right sides are together and get those lined up and clip them. And then you're just going to go ahead and clip it all around until you get to the top on one side, and then do the same thing on the other. So now you can see it's starting to look like a bag. All the sides are clipped, and that center piece, the gusset piece, is there. So now I'm going to take it over to the sewing machine, and I'm just going to sew each side to the center piece. So, but before we attach the slip cover to the bag, now is the time to add any embellishments. Like you can use a pocket off of this is from a men's shirt, or I have this pocket from a men's suit, or you can do some wool applique, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a pocket on and also do some applique. Okay, so I have finished my decorating my tote bag. So on this side I did some wool applique. On the side here I used a pocket from a men's Pendleton shirt. Now I have a pocket there, did a little penny. On the back, this is a punch needle from Drew and Jeffrey's Cinnamon Creek Folk Art. I'll link the pattern. I got it off of Etsy. So I just did that there. And then on the other side, I did a pocket from a men's sport coat. And then we have another pocket on the side there. So I'm happy with the applique. So now it's time to attach our outside cover to the tote bag. And so you're just simply going to insert the tote bag like this. And then we will fold over the raw edge and attach it like so. Now is the time that we're going to sew this down, and then we don't want to leave the inside looking a mess like this. So you're going to cut a piece of wool 40 inches long by, let's see, I forgot to measure the width. looks like about 2.5. So 2.5 wide by 40 inches long. And that gives you a little bit of extra to piece it, to get your ends together. And if you have to piece together some wool, that's fine. I had to piece together 2 pieces. So what you're going to do with this is you're going to fold about 1/2 inch down, and then you're going to come in and clip it to the bag. So then this will give you a nice finished top on the inside. All right, so I have finished sewing the outer lining to the tote bag, and I just did that with a whip stitch. I went through the outer layer, through the canvas bag, and then out the back layer. So it's all very secure and very sturdy. And then I pressed this wool down to keep it nice and flat, and then I also tucked in a little bit of fusible web to keep it down there in place. So here's some pictures of what the finished product looks like. That's the back. And then this is the side with the big pocket. And then the side with the smaller pocket. And then the inside is very roomy, lots of pockets. This is a great tote bag. And so that's it. I hope you make one of these for yourself. It really is very easy and very handy. So until next time, I hope you find time for stitching and have a wonderful week. Bye.